Seth Rollins deserves this, but I think somewhere there's got to be a showdown between the two former Shield members there to decide who is really the one champion. Maybe bring them together.
All right. We also, speaking of WWE, we have a new champion after Night of Champions. Seth Rollins is now the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Bill, I know you got some stories about Seth, don't you?
Yeah, well, I've met Seth many times, even when he was on the Indies. Great guy, very well spoken, great personality, but very dedicated. You know, he has a wrestling school, and he still goes back there once in a while and works with the guys. But my feeling on the World Heavyweight Championship is that I think the fans are still looking at Roman Reigns, even though he's not the World Heavyweight Champion, but I think they still look at him with the Universal title as the World Champion. They were trying to make the World Championship, they're trying to make that the primary belt, the World Championship, but I think, and Seth Rollins deserves this, but I think somewhere there's got to be a showdown between the two former Shield members there to decide who is really the one champion. Maybe bring them together.
Well, you know, they can also do that, but, you know, we can't forget about Cody Rhodes. You know, he's still in that part of that story. And I think this thing with him and Brock, you know, is putting him certainly up there, you know, where he is in a position now to meet Seth Rollins. So let's just wait and see what's going to happen here, because, like I said, we can't forget about Cody.
No, Cody, I think, in my opinion, I think he's got to get past Brock at least one more time at SummerSlam. Yeah. But I think Cody maybe taking the Money in the Bank, and then he can go after any championship he wants to.
I wonder if we could end up in a three-way.
Yeah. Oh, that would be very interesting. But I think Cody, as much as he's so terrific now, but I think he will be dwarfed between the two of them. I don't mean by size. I just mean the two of them they're so roughshod. They're used to being heels.
Well, I think it would be a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Too much, yeah. And for star power in one match, especially if you're trying to spread it out a little bit, I would imagine too.
Yeah.
What about I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, if you're gonna, you know, this thing's gonna end up back around with Cody and Seth, then I think we need to keep it that way, and just maybe after this next pay-per-view, if they do something there where Cody gets over Brock, and, you know, and then they got Brock out of the picture there for a minute, now we go with Seth.
Let me ask you, if they don't go in the direction of Cody Rhodes with Seth Rollins, who are some possible opponents we can see Seth get in some feuds with between now and maybe the time we see that happen with
no
Cody?
Matter what happens with Cody and Brock is a free agent. Brock could win both titles.
Yep.
Or all three titles, and Gunther, I think, would be a top contender. They've got to Gunther is such an excellent wrestler. He's got that old European style, reminiscent of so many of the great European and scientific wrestlers. But I think for WWE, they need to add some sort of pizzazz to him somehow.
I like Matt Riddle.
I know you love Matt Riddle, and I know that you love Gunther, because it's always the same two guys when I come to you about certain things. And I think Gunther, the thing that he's missing is almost the thing that Omos is missing, is that killer instinct look in their eyes. They both have gentle eyes. I don't know how to explain this.
See, I don't see that with Gunther.
Oh, really? I do. I don't see that steely eye just looking right through you kind of look. I see a guy who's not sure if he wants to be friendly or mean, and Omos is the same way. I think Omos would benefit even from maybe a pair of contacts, make his eyes look a little meaner or darker, or keep some shades on him, something, because outside of his eyes, the rest of him says, I'm going to kill you. But, and Teddy, you might speak to this, is Omos a really nice guy? Because he looks like it in the ring. It looks like his real personality is he's probably a teddy bear.
Well, all big guys are teddy bears. You know what I mean? They all
teddy bear.
It was like with Kane, you know, he was this big red monster, but me and him rode together, you know, and he was just a gentle lion, you know. Yeah. So all guys are like that. But I have to kind of disagree with you with the eyes. You know what I mean? I think that's just your observation, about the eyes. I mean, ain't nobody watching that. They're looking at him. You know what I mean? And I think with Omos, with the size, you know what I mean? That explains it right there. So I don't think it's so much him giving you that eye stare down. I think him just looking rugged and maybe not smiling. Never see a smile there. Just keep that same stone cold face. And that explains exactly, just how tough you are.
I see Omos as the jolly giant, make him a baby face. I could see kids following him. I could see merchandising. They're trying to make a heel out of a guy who, like Teddy said, is a real sweetheart. I talked to him at Raw 30, and I couldn't believe what a just nice guy he was. He was sitting down and catering, then he got up, and I was like, this. But
see, here's the thing, Bill. Bill and Mac. Here's the thing. Making him to be a heel is not a bad thing. A guy like that's freshly breaking in, he needs to learn how to be a heel. It's real easy to be a good guy. But he's got to beat
everybody, Teddy, and he can't. The guys that they're putting him against, he can't beat. They won't. It's ruining whoever he's wrestling against.
Well, he can't beat them because they don't want him to beat him.
Right.
Okay.
He needs the job. He needs what they used to call job bums.
Yeah, if they want him, if there's somebody that they want him to beat, then he will beat them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think I like him being a heel because once you get the heel down, it's so easy when you become a babyface, man. The hardest job is working like being a heel. And I would suggest anybody in this business, learn how to be a heel. If you can be a great heel, you ain't got no problem being a babyface.
Right, let me try something then. Let me try something. You know something, Teddy Long? I used to agree with you, but I see him as a gentle giant. You got it?
All right.